Is the Matchbox die. Actually, it's not just a single die, it is a collection of dies, and we expect quality from Tim. We expect great designs. This one is the gift that keeps on giving. There are so many things that you can do with this, and at the end of this I implore you to go to Tim's website and check out his Sizzix Chapter 3 presentation, where he goes in depth about this die, and he will show you some of the wonderful projects that have been made by his design team. But before we do that, let's have a look. Let's see the die itself. Now, at this point you probably can't make out much, but this is the body of the Matchbox. This, incidentally, is the kind of thing that you can create. But before we get to that, we'll show you this is a Big's L die. And a Big's die means steel rule blade, great cutting, fantastic creasing. And we also get this set of thinlits. So it's a complete number set and these wonderful circles, the functionality of which I will explain to you in a moment. But before we do that, let's have a look at it cutting. And I'm using craft card. This is about 300 gram. It's what I'd consider to be a fairly heavyweight card. So I'll place that onto the face of the die. And I'll bring my Big Shot machine in. I'll sandwich it between the two plates, so we don't need the platform when we're working with big dies. And I'll take my hand from this side. It's a bit awkward, but there we are, and out it comes. So thank you, Big Shot. I'll pop that to one side, move the top plate, and we'll see these lovely die cut pieces. Now, you'll probably notice these lovely deep creases. Considering this is a very heavy weight cardstock rather, that's pretty cool. And you know, the folding, the crispness of those edges, please use your crease and curl tool if you want to improve those folds, make them crisper, make them sharper. But we just go around like that, doing all our folds. Same with these little tabs on the side, the same with the Matchbox cover. Now, once that's done, we'll put that just to one side for a second, and I shall bring in some that I've pre-folded, and I've added some adhesive. I tend to use my Sizzix tape roller. It's fabulous, it's so easy to use, and it gives instant gratification. Now, you can use your favorite adhesive if you want to use express glue, if you want to use double-sided tape, that's entirely up to you. We all have our favorites. Now, I'm going to put this together by first getting those tabs in place, ensuring that I get a nice 90-degree angle of all the corners. There we are, one more tab to go, and we'll get that in there. And then from there on in, it's simply a case of popping these down. Do you know what? The thing about these boxes, they are so rigid, particularly if you use a heavyweight cardstock. It's quite incredible. It's super, super tough. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it down like that and pop my die on the top of that. No, I'm going to plonk it down. That's what I'm going to do. And there we have it. Look at that. Hasn't changed at all. Hasn't compromised the shape. So that gives you an idea of the quality that we're working with here. Then with the matchbook cover, there's only one tab, and I'm going to pop that in place thus, and then slide it in. It's a really, really super tight fit, and that's what we want after all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is our Matchbox. Now let's take a look at a few of the things that you can create with that. Now, let's say, I've only got 3 here, but how about doing a lovely little advent calendar? You can put a gift inside each one of those. It's ready to go. Absolutely gorgeous. Now the numbers you'll notice are the numbers that I showed you earlier. This is a circle die. Equally, you could use this lovely sort of decal edge die as well to give it a bit more detail. Now, we have a third circle die. Now this one cuts an aperture in the center. Now, why would you want to cut an aperture? Well, quite simply, you can use it either to cut an aperture and put some acetate behind, or you can use one of Tim's wonderful dimensional domes, and these are, I can just check for you, These are the 1.5 inch or 3.81 centimetre domes. These are the smallest. There are lots of dies which go with this as well, but they give you a lovely window on the world. Now, when I was doing this, I got an idea. I had 3 great aunts, and I'm going to do all 3, but you can see here inside I put this little vignette. It's just some pattern cardstock, a photograph, and this lovely motif here. There's another one. We've got a butterfly there, and so on and so on. But I'm going to do my Auntie Ede, I think my Auntie Gladys, and my Auntie Blodwyn. And I think that'd be a lovely gift for my mum. I hope she's not watching this. So let's take those to one side. How about adding some 3D embossing? 2 of Tim's wonderful 3D embossing folders, 2 of the minis there with some lovely detail on the back. Or we could use those numbers. We could go really mixed media. This just happens to be my daughter's birthday. So we've had a bit of fun with that, with some inks and some acrylics and so on and so forth. Then finally, how about embossing the entire cover? This is the Mosaic Gems embossing folder, one of my favourites, and you can see I brought out the detail using our Sizzix luster wax there. So that brings me to my conclusion. It was a quick and easy demonstration. I'm sure you can see just how easy it is to put together, how cleanly it cuts, how crisply it embosses as well. And the thing about this die is it offers you, the maker, a blank canvas. And if you want to see, as I said at the beginning, if you want to see some of the fantastic things that Tim's design team have done, then go to timholtz.com and check it out. But thank you for watching. If you want to know more, if you want to have more inspiration with dies like this and others as well, then go to sizzix.co.uk. If you're in the US, go to sizzix.com. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Pete, and I'll see you again soon.